What's going on, everybody? And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe or else I'll make you watch Netflix's new Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, you don't want to watch that crap of a show. But let's get back to the game. But they did not. Wait, what? Oh, Azusa's story. Let me just wait for the card to pass by. Alright, okay. Another knock rippled through the darkness of Azusa's home, unwinding in the air like a thread. Then there came another and another. The knocking grew more insistent with the passing seconds, while Azusa grew more and more fearful. Her heart was beating so hard now, she feared it might rupture within her breasts. She did not want to answer the door, but she feared if she refused, the interloper would split it open like a walnut. Then they would be even less obliged to listen to reason. Nobody likes being kept out in the cold, not even monsters. Alright, I'm coming. I'll let you in, so please don't hurt me. I never wanted this to happen. Azusa rose from her bed with trembling legs, then crossed her darkened bedroom. Her floorboards creaked beneath her weight, dark and sinister, and all the while the knocking continued. It echoed within her ears over and over, threatening to drive her to madness. Azusa's apartment was a small one, with only 2 rooms. She had lived there for a year, and it was as familiar to her as her own palm. But in the dark, she stumbled. Once again, it didn't look dark, you know, it looks like she still had her lights on. Somebody got lazy there. Alright, everything looked strange and shadowy, and even her rice cooker upon the counter made her startle. Her whole body was numb. The knocking continued over and over until our intrepid but stupid young heroine reached the front door, where her shoes were lined up like Russian dolls. Russian. What the fuck did I say? She swallowed. What? Then she reached out. I'll let you in. I'll let you in. So please don't curse me. Don't hate me. I only did this because I love you. I'm so sorry, Mamiko. Isn't she not cursed? Technically, the ones that's cursed is Mamiko. Her soul got stolen from her. I hope the Christ are not hearing any wind sounds. Sorry, I just had to turn the fan on because it's incredibly hot here in my place. Azusa's finger curled about the door handle. It was shockingly cool, so much so it seemed to drain the warmth from her skin. She turned the door, the lock clicked, and it drew back, to reveal a shambling figure that defied Azusa's comprehension. It was Mamiko, but at the same token, it was not. Did Sakura Succubus have a cryptocurrency or something? Her hair, normally so perfect, fell in a tangle about her shoulders, obscuring much of her face. Her eyes were shrouded in darkness, but her mouth was twisted in a look of despair. Her skin was white as chalk, white as death, and as she stumbles forth, Azusa drew back, aghast, finally aware of what she has done. Venus, whoever she was, had cast an awful enchantment upon her Mamiko. She had, with nothing more than a photo, stripped all that was human from the prim and proper young lady, transfiguring her into something awful, something evil. No! Oh God, no! Azusa stumbled. She tripped, and it hit the floor with a dull thud, which could not break the pall of eerie silence. I double click. Sometimes I like double click. I don't know why. Mamiko? Is that really you? Oh God, that's not Mamiko. Is that really you? Mamiko did not say anything. Perhaps she could not. She only drew closer, arms outstretched as she made to fold Azusa to her. To take her. Mamiko. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Azusa whimpered helplessly, tears beading in her eyes. It seemed as she sat there, staring at the thing which had once been Mamiko, that there were the only two people left in all the world. She could scream, if she had the breath, but who would hear her? Who would save her? She had been plunged into a nightmare, and she knew as she felt Mamiko's fingers close about her wrist, her carrion breath, rasping and lifeless, upon her cheek that she would never ever wake up. So, what do you think? Hazel concludes her tale with a self-satisfied grin, leaning back upon the couch, with one leg crossed. That was pretty spooky, huh? Well, I wonder. Hifumi has taken up the mantle as a resident horror expert, folds her arms. Her expression is thoughtful. Looks like there was a space missing there with expression and the word is. I suppose your tale contained a lot of aspects of classic horror stories. Though I cannot help but feel a touch of disappointment at its conclusion. How so? Do you think it wasn't gory enough? I could have had zombie Mamiko tear her pointy teeth straight through Azusa's throat, all grrr and graw. Hazel dives at Ayu, who's sitting beside her, and begins to tickle her, to which Ayu shrieks. Get off me, you moron! You're going to wrinkle my clothes! Sorry, but I can't. I'm too busy being a zombie. We don't have brains, so we can't listen to orders. All we know is blood. Now, give me the goods, toots. You'll be getting no goods from me, idiot. Stop that. No, wait, don't touch me there. That's... Then after the moment, she like laughs. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I ain't doing that. Ayo giggles, pinned beneath the couch and the weight of Hazel's body as our storyteller runs her hand beneath the hem of her shirt. Hazel? Ayu lashes out, one of her feet catching Hazel in the stomach. Woof! Hazel's stomach might be toned, but Ayu's legs are lean and deceptively muscular, trained after years of perfecting complex dance routines. Hazel recoils, breathless, and cradles her belly. Oh, that's painful. Panting heavily, she brushes a few loose strands. Oh, I almost choked out my spit there, damn. Panting heavily, she brushes a few loose strands of hair behind her ear, then she smiles. You might look cute, but you give as good as you get. Guess that's Ayu for you. If any zombie tried to eat you, you'd knock him flying. Of course, I'm not to be trifled with. Please remember that the next time you try to attack me. You might not be so lucky to escape with your head attached to your shoulders. Darn, she looks like a flower, but she sure as heck stings like a bee. I've gotta remember that. Hey. Yeah. I kinda like my head where it is. I don't want to end up like Azusa. Hazel giggles. So what were you saying about my story, Hifumi? Do you think it'd be better if there was more blood and gore? What do you guys think? I believe it lacked... It was pretty simple. It was like straightforward, like, oh wow, a curse, oh, a lesson learned, regret. Typical, right? Very cliche-ish. There we go. It's quite the opposite, in fact. I think you tipped too much of your hand. The way you built suspense was commendable, but it all fell apart when Mamiko was revealed to be the one at the door. If it were me, I would have ended the story before the big reveal. It is often better to keep the reader, or in this case the listener, guessing, particularly in horror. Often, our imaginations can conjure up scenarios more horrifying than words ever could. So, you're not in the blood and guts and gore camp. There's the time and place for it, but it is not the sort of horror I prefer. I like subtlety, disquieting stories with flickering lights and ambient noises. Ghosts and malcontent spirits are my forte, not blood-soaked zombies or serial killers. Hey, I guess I should have figured as much. Let me guess, you're a fan of creepy abandoned shrines too, huh? But of course, I am very partial to them. I knew it, and what about the rest of you? Did you like my story? Hazel's looking at me expectantly, her eyes wide. I guess she's waiting for feedback. What should I say? There we go. Oh crap, right click. Hazel, I'm sorry, but it needs a bit of work. I think your story could use a bit of refining, Hazel. And did you really think so? Doesn't that go without saying? Ayu pipes up, her eyes narrowed. I thought your story was downright ridiculous. Who could ever be frightened of such nonsense? The story sounded kind of familiar though. I've heard of Azusa and Mamiko before. They're characters from a Yuri visual novel I read once. I even cosplayed as Azusa before. Oh, good catch. Hazel whistles. I didn't think anybody else would be into girl-on-girl loving like I am. I figured it'd fly under your radar. I'm not into it myself, but I like cute girls and I like visual novels. I read a lot of different ones as well. Are you admitting you stole your story, Hazel? I knew you were scummy, but I didn't think you were a plagiarist. It's a crime, you know. Hey! Hazel pouts. It ain't a crime as so long as you don't get caught. And besides, there's so many stories out there, it's hard to be wholly original. Who the hell's beeping outside the house? What the hell? Some random people. That sounds like an excuse to me. It ain't an excuse. I changed the story up a whole bunch. But you did use somebody else's characters, am I correct? Why not? I'm bad at thinking up names. Hazel's story was quite unlike the original though. In the visual novel I read, Mamiko's soul wasn't stolen and she didn't turn into a zombie. She was actually a sadist, kind of like Marina, and she bullied Azusa. But Azusa was a masochist. So, you know, and she liked it. They had a happy ending. There wasn't anything creepy about it. There, you see, it's totally different. But it's like plagiarism of ideas. But then again, it's not like you're profiting from it. I believe you can only get sued by them if you made money out of their product. So let's say you did a cover song. You would need permission if you, let's say, oh, I want to monetize my video, my cover song. You're gonna need permission from the music label and the singer. But if you're just gonna sing it and it's not monetized, then there is no problemo. Oh, sorry. Didn't read that. I don't know if you improved it though. I like stories with happy endings. I take it you're not a fan of horror? You're not. It's fine, but I want Azusa and Mamiko to be happy together. I couldn't care one way or the other personally. It's not like any of it is real. It really doesn't matter. Ayu rolls her eyes and rises her feet. Now I think I'm going to bed. Are you tired, Ayu? I'm tired of Hazel's stupid ghost stories and I don't want to be tickled again. Sorry, I just have to check it out. Check out the time. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. Night. Ayu leaves the room and Hifumi and Cosmo soon follow. Soup. Now it's only Hazel, Marina, and I in the living room. So what did you think? Hazel looks at Marina, who's been very quiet throughout the ordeal or evening. Did you like my story, Marina? What? Maybe she's afraid of horror, Marina blinks, startled, then shakes her head, and it might be my imagination, but I think I can see the faint beginnings of a blush upon her face. Sorry, I had to move. It was fine, I suppose. You suppose, but you don't know? Weren't you listening to me, Marina? Oh, of course I was. Though I fear it did not all stick. I was, otherwise occupied thinking about stocks. Should be thinking about cocks. Boom, got him. Why stocks? Stocks are very, very important. The success of my company is based upon them. I cannot help but think of them. I'm really quite alright, so please don't ask any further questions. Now I must go to bed. There you go. Marina gets to her feet perhaps a bit too quickly. She almost stumbles, but she's able to right herself at the last minute. Good night, you two. Don't stay up late. Oh, don't stay up too late. And, Hiroki, I hope you don't have any bad dreams. Marina's voice is softer than usual, almost motherly. The look she affixes me with is one of genuine concern. So compassionate it warms my heart. Her exterior might be cold and hard, but deep down, Marina's a huge sweetheart. I was about to say she has huge badonkadonks, but you know. Thanks, but I think I'll be fine. I've seen worse horror movies than that. Hazel's story really wasn't all that scary. It wasn't? Not really. Why? Did it bother you or something? Sorry, I double clicked. No, of course not. I'm too mature to let such silly tales bother me. I was simply concerned for your sake. Now, I really must go. Good night, dear Hiroki. Yeah, good night. I watch as Marina departs on trembling legs, my arms folded. Now I know it wasn't my imagination. Marina really was blushing, and she was stuttering too. This is all most un-Marina-like behavior. I'm starting to get curious. She isn't afraid of ghosts, is she? I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Oh my god, I don't know if anybody knows Ghostbusters today. Pretty sure some of you do. Some of you are like my age or older or younger. But yeah. What a day. I sigh to myself as I turn over beneath my covers. It's late at night and I'm exhausted, but I can't sleep. My succubus entourage are running me ragged. What with their infighting and all their demands. But I care for each of them and I'm happy I was able to go on holiday with them. It's been a lot of fun. Well, I guess I'll end it here. We're 17 minutes in. My god, wow. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, comment, share, watch my other videos. If not, well, you get some spooky horror vibes from us. I don't know. Other than that, stay safe and thank you.